All right, so our table is kind of screaming for yet another ramp, and I almost feel bad making you guys watch me create another one, so feel free to skip this, but if you want to just follow right along, we'll do this one more time. This time I'm thinking kind of more of a curvy S shape that goes around. We kind of, in some sense, had some rigid ramps before, but this one will make a little bit more organic. I'm just going to come over here to the very top of the file, and let's start with a relatively straight line over this way. Maybe pull that a little bit closer over there. And let's get our outer line first. Then we'll worry about doing one parallel. Okay, so I'm going to, again, kind of sketch these in, and then I'll worry about making the actual curves on them. And we'll take this right about down to here. There we go. All right, so be sure snap is on. Let's start snapping these guys together. And begin curving them. This one I'll leave somewhat straight. Bring this almost like it's parallel with that little part right there. So if it went over a tad, that'd be all right. I'm gonna make the entire shape a little bit lighter because I feel like I can't even see it that well. There we go. We can go ahead and set it darker at the end. Okay, so we'll curve this. So we got a nice smooth curve over here. That looks about right. And then send that going back that way. Okay, getting there. All right, the first line is easy. It's always the one after that that gets a little bit difficult. So, oops, double oops. Lock that up. Just double click that so I could be sure I'm actually selecting that layer. And again, I'll kind of just work with the lines for right now. Then worry about running them parallel later. Okay. Here we go. Wish me luck. I have noticed if you don't get this right, things look really bad. Like some sort of weird spaghetti line. And another thing I should be aware of too is, okay, I think the ball's about the right size for going through these. What I'm doing now is I'm just trying to make this squish together a little bit. Since this would probably be your primary ramp that you're going to try to shoot for and get into, the bigger the better. I mean, the bigger the easier, really. So, boy, that had more of an effect than I thought it would. Moving that one ended up curving that a little bit. But yeah, I think we're about right. So let's do these individually if we want to change the filter on them. And actually first though, let's get that nice dark color back, and then hit F8. I'm not even worry about naming these guys. Hit F8 again. Oops, that's the old key for creating an action. If you ever see that up there, that means you put in probably a blank line for making an action. We don't need to do that. All right, hit F8 again, and then let's select both of them. Go over here to bevel. That just default bevel keeps working out pretty well for me. Can't see anything I don't like about this. So let's go through yet again and do a little curvature underneath. And I'll zoom in for this part. Go over here, make a line. Start over this way. I'm going to kind of curve these as I go, and I think I have a good idea of how this one should look, so I'm not going to kind of punch numbers in like I did to make those guys. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at making these connectors underneath. And yes, the one hotkey I need to use more often is just the letter N. Forget to use that to get over to my line tool. But look, I'm doing it now. So I'm going between the N key and the A key. And from my shortcuts, the A key takes me back to that one. So now I'm starting to kind of dip it back down over this way. I got so much going on teaching wise and everything. I don't know if I'll actually be able to make a game out of this. The more I draw it, though, the more I actually want to play this table. But we'll see. All right, so I'm going to bring these a little bit closer together now that we're getting toward the bottom again. One final one, very close. Okay, so we've got something like that, and let me move this one just up a little bit. Okay, once you got them all in there, let's try to select them. If we can do that without selecting everything else, I don't think we can. But they are on a layer of their own, so we'll just click the one keyframe we got on there, select them all, make them into a movie clip, and then let's go hit bevel. All right, looks about right to me. And let's bring all of them together. So the three things that we've got so far. Break them apart. Let's make them one chunk of artwork for the shadow. I'd set this up to something like 20, relatively high. Hit, well, let's just call it shadow. And then I'm going to blur that out. So I'm going to go over here to high, blur it, take the alpha down, bring that back in over here. I'm going to arrange this behind what we've currently got, and I'm going to take the pivot point for it. I've just got the Q key, and then let's put that over here. Certainly giving the impression that it is lifted off the ground. This one feels like it's a little bit more on the ground, so the only thing we really need to adjust is just this little part right here. And to do that, let's double click inside of here. I think we could probably get away with just moving that up. In fact, let's zoom in a little bit. Just trying to get all that right there. So we'll just kind of smash this part together at the bottom and then just cut off the ends. For some reason, the computer's running really slow right now. It's late in the afternoon. It's giving up too. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty looking ramp, right? And it feels like the ball should be able to get up there. You know what? One thing you might want to consider doing is even putting another line down through the bottom of here and curving back around, just to see how that could possibly look. I would do it certainly as I wouldn't put it in with. Well, these ones aren't combined together anyway. So, yeah, just make if you want to see what that would look like, throw that in. Maybe I'll come back with a line through there. Just kind of feels like it could work. Or it might make it too complex too. You never know. One thing you might have noticed is I did have a little black hole over here and here a moment ago in one of the videos, and I forgot that I didn't actually teach that, so I deleted it. It's nothing more though than just a copy of one of these letters, and then I broke it apart and I got rid of the actual letter, and then I just tinted the hole a little bit darker like that. So that's a perfect place though to put some sort of little hole that could hold on to the ball for a little bit. Maybe when the ball goes into here, that's what triggers one of these to light up, and that's certainly a possibility with the kit that you can definitely do that. And sometimes too in a pinball table you'll see a hole like that with a kind of another hole inside of it. Maybe even something like making it a little brighter in there. Just or do something like this. Copy it, paste it again, do another one up top there, make it a little bit brighter, and kind of maybe it gives the indication that this punches the ball back out. So if the ball goes into here, it ends up shooting back out that way. Some sort of little mechanism that pops it up, and but kind of like it like that too. Okay. I think we got our rails in here, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.